Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्तदामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः. Verse number 8. We'll chant together. आयुस्सत्त्वबल आरोग्य सुखप्रीतिविवर्धनाः रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृद्याः आहारा सात्विकप्रियाः कट्वं ललवणात्युष्ण तीक्ष्णरूक्षविदाहिनः आहारा राजसस्येष्टाः दुःखशोकामयप्रदाः यातयामं गतरसं पूतिपर्युषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टमपि चामेद्यं भोजनं तामसप्रियम्. Having explained the most important activity of our life, eating. Some people live to eat, some people eat to live. So eating is the most demanding engagement in not only human life, but all other living beings also. The very name Mruga in Sanskrit for all animals, Mrgayate idi Mrugaha, that which is constantly in search. It's called Mrgayate. Continuously searching. What are they searching? If you go to any forest or any place, all the animals are searching. What are they searching? Food. Or to mate. The demand of the senses is the one which is making every living being very active in the world, whether the fishes in the sea, all the aquatic creatures, all the animals, all the birds. What are they very busy with every day? What are we busy with? Same thing. You're constantly in search of something. Of what? Only to satisfy ourselves. Trityartham, for the sake of satisfying our demands of the senses. So, Bhagavan Krishna says, all that appetites that you have can be classified as sattvika, rajasika or tamasika. And sattvic is one which extends life, ayu, sattva, bala, arogya, preeti, sukha, vivardhana, that which can satisfy your, not only the appetite, but also the hunger, only to that extent. But not to overdo, overindulge, no second serving. Only first serving and I'm done, you're done. Have this simple practice. Do not put more than what you can eat into your plate. And as we age, we should keep on reducing that quantity also, not increase. That's what happens to us. We keep on increasing the quantity what we eat. Think about when a child, a 5-year-old, how much does it eat? How much does it eat? A plate full. In fact, many of the children, when they have bhiksha, and I have seen, they put a plate full and keep looking at it. What are you looking at? I love the food so much, I keep looking at it. They frugally eat out, but their energy is so high. How is that? Even though they eat a little, but their activities, their energy, they run around here, there. You try. We eat more than what we want and we get tired. So mind also is playing a very important role here. Agitations, anxiety, worries in the mind that drains our body, mind, everything. So Bhagavan has given clearly what is sattvikasya ishtaha bhojanam, ashtaha priyaha, what is desired by men of sattvic nature. Bhojana priyaha. See, we say brahmanaha bhojana priyaha, which is wrong. Bahujana priyaha it should be. Because many people think Brahmana means keep eating. No, it is not that. Bahujana priyaha. It became bhojana priyaha. So eating must be taken up as a cure to the disease called hunger and thirst. Kshutvyajis vayadischa chikitsatam pradidinam bhikshaushadam bhujyatam. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, the hunger and thirst to be treated like disease and eat the food like medicine. When we do that, we won't regret. However, what is the food that is decided by the men of rajasic nature also? What's spoken? Katu, amla, ati katu, ati amla, ati ushna, ati tikshna, ati ruksha. Extremely hot, extremely spicy, extremely bitter, extremely salty. They think the extremely salty is called exalted. Extra salt. Whereas the people who are tamasic nature, who are most of the time lazy, unproductive, useless, erroneous in their thinking, they eat things that are old, stale, paryushitam, prutihi, yatayamam, gatarasam, tasteless, dry. Take it out from the fridge and directly. So those kind of food. Now, having spoken that, he takes up another topic, that is, the human life is different from or better than all animals. In what way? In what way human living is better than other animals and birds and other living beings? Sense of community is there in all the animals also, birds also. Eating, mating, sleeping, that is also there. Thinking, that is what makes a human being different from all others. What do we think? That is what also to be thought of. What do we think? At any given point of time, what is going on in your mind? Here, Bhagavan Krishna says, human beings are capable of doing sacrifice. Live for others, share, give up, grow, become mature. And this ability to overcome these basic demands of human life and look for something higher, that is possible. Tyagena eke amrutatva manashuhu. This is a statement from the Upanishad. Tyagena eke, by thus overcoming your basic urges alone, one can grow. If you are remaining in the same lower levels and rung, and we will never be able to claim ourselves to be human beings. Even to live as a human dignity, one must know how to let go what is insignificant, unwanted, and grow to something higher in thinking, in understanding, in the way to look at the world. That is what is technically called as yagna. In usual ritual places, people offer to the fire. That is also called yagna. But what are they offering? To whom are they offering? They are offering to gods whom they don't know. Unseen, is it not? So this yagna is where you are seeking something which is higher than you by giving up something what you have. So this offering is called sacrifice. The offering is called yagna. And there are three ways of doing the yagna. That is what is going to be discussed here. Sattvika yagna, rajasic and tamasic. Now we see verse number 11. Apala kankshibir yagna vididrashto ya ijyate yashtavyameveti manaha samadaya sa satvikaha apala kankshibir yagna vididrashto ya ijyate yashtavyameveti manaha samadaya sa satvikaha. Yashtavyam iti, to be given, to be shared, to be sacrificed. In the Vedic literature, broadly speaking, two kinds of actions are spoken. Kartavyam nishittam iti. To be done, to be discarded, not to be done. Kartavyam, what is to be done, and akartavyam or nishiddham, not to be undertaken at all. Because in anything that we do, we should know what to do or how to do, how not to do also. If you're driving the car first time, or if somebody is teaching you how to drive, first thing they will tell you how not to drive. Because everybody in danger if you are doing that. What do you do with your children every time? Do this and don't do that. And whenever you say don't, they will become more curious. Why not? So you have to give explanation why it should not be done. So, broadly speaking, kartavyam, akartavyam. What is to be done and what is not to be done. In the kartavyam portion, there are two, nithya and naimittika. What is to be done as a commitment to life, what is to be done as an option, optional or situational. So broadly speaking, nithya means to be done no matter what. Naimittika, do it when the occasion arises. Like if you are visiting a friend once in a while, that is naimittika, to keep a social life. Facebook, naimittika, because you want to update about your profile, about your status, to inform others too. Nowadays, instead of going to the home, then you communicate through various other channels. So when there is a marriage or there is an anniversary and this and that, so you go and greet and participate in a social function. These are all naimittikam, nimittatvat. It happens to be so. But on a daily basis, what you need to undertake, not about going to work, I'm not talking about that. In the Vedic literature, nithya karma does not have a result. But you have to do. I'll come to that a little later. So what is nishiddha, what is called not to be done, in that there is a gray area called kamya. What you wish to do. What you wish to do. And then comes another one, which is in the same nishiddha category, is what is definitely should not be done. And that's why I said that kamya karma, desire prompted action, or what you wish to do, is a gray area, but it should not transgress into what should not be done. So nithya, what is to be done, no matter what. Nimitta is whenever occasion arises. Kamya, out of your desire or pleasure, you want to do it. And nishiddha, what you are not supposed to do at all. So if this is not clear, we always emulate or merely imitate what others do around us, or what our parents have done. So this is the reason why parents are very anxious when the child goes to the university after finishing the 12th. What is he going to do? Because you do not know whether he would do the right thing or he will fall prey to things that are not to be done. Is it not? Drugs are there, drinking is there, dating is there, so many other things that are there which will affect his life, where he is sent for studying. You will do all other things. Then you think that these are not supposed to be done by you? According to you also, there is a category of things that should not be done. If it is applicable to children, it is applicable to you also. And if you are doing something and then you ask your children not to do it, that doesn't work. If you are telling your children, don't smoke, okay? What are you doing? You cannot teach the world what you are already doing. You cannot teach the world not to do what you are already doing. So, in the nithya karma, let us focus on that. In today's world, in the past, in the Vedic literature, certain things are given as things to be done. As a human being, you are supposed to do these things, which does not give you visible results. For example, if let us take a person who is a priestly class and he is asked to worship Lord Sun every day. It's called Sandhya Vandanam. Sandhi means a meeting point. The night meets the day, and day meets the night. These two occasions where a Brahmana, who is a person who is doing the priestly work, is expected to worship the Lord of Sun. Why he is specifically asked to do so? Because he is responsible for, as a guide towards others, towards God. He undertakes the activities that are making the society or community pure by guiding them how to meditate, how to pray, how to engage in religious activities. Therefore, he has to purify himself first. It's like a doctor who is about to perform a surgery. Obviously, he wears the mask and everything. Why? He has to make sure that he doesn't pollute the place. Or if you're serving the food and if your hand is dirty, then obviously it will not be good. It's unhygienic. So one has to purify oneself before he is ready to guide others. That is the reason that injunction is given. So midday also is included in the three occasions or 3 periods of time in the day. One has to purify oneself. Okay, let us take a Kshatriya, a person who is a warrior. So he's getting ready all the time with the physical strength and the strategy to fight the war. Not that he's going to fight the war tomorrow, but he must be ready. Why? Tomorrow when that fellow comes to attack, you cannot say, no, where is the gun I kept? I don't know. Where are the swords? No, you must be ready. Though nothing is going to happen right away. When the enemy is around the corner, don't look for where the swords are or where the gun is. So one must be ready, physically strong, agile, aware and ready to fight the war. So he is going to be trained for that. Similarly, a person who is in the world of business, he must have the acumen to see where to invest, what to invest, how to do that. And the mind is working towards increasing the general prosperity of the community, for which he is constantly thinking about how to save the money, how to conserve the money, how to use it correctly, where to invest, how much to produce, what to stock, how much to sell. See, is it not that happens in the mind of a businessman constantly? And he has to plan ahead for everything, possible inflation. In every field, you will find that the person is not doing anything for the immediate result. So, leaving aside, what we have to understand is, these nithya karmas or daily duties, so-called, are prescribed in our shastras only to make sure that your mind is not anxious about the result. This is called aphalakangshibihi. That's what is the first word given there. Phalakangsha means a desire for result. Kangsha means ichcha. Phalakangsha, phala akanksha means a desire for result. Aphalakangsha bihi, without anxious about the result. Without looking for what will happen. What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? Then it has become kamya. It becomes a kamya karma or a desire prompted action. Whereas he says nithya karma is that which purifies your mind. What is the purification of the mind? Where the mind is not anxious. That is called the mind which is pure. Even though engaged in the action, no doubt, but mind is not agitated, disturbed, anxious, but engaging in action with utmost calmness. Why? I'm not looking for anything. See? As I said in the beginning itself, as an animal, you are constantly looking for something, searching for something. Whereas a sattvic mind is that which engages in action without anxiety. Because the action that I'm taking is to be done. I am eligible and qualified to do, but there is no anxiety about what is going to happen out of it. Therefore, such a mind, chitta shuddhyartham, Bhagavan Krishna says, yogina karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. Men of wisdom will engage in action for the sake of purity of mind without the anxiety for the result. Aphala kankshibir yagnyam. Engaging in the act of sacrifice without having the anxiety for the result, and the only result that will come out of it, which is internal, which is not perceptible, is the purity of the mind. And that result is right there, not after some time. When the mind is not anxious about the result of that is immediate. You don't wait for something to happen. So a person who is asked to do the nithya karma in the traditional way, he engages in worship of the sun, etc., all the things prescribed to him. He does that because nobody tells him to do so. Nobody is forcing him to do. Nor he does because something is going to happen out of it. It is because this is for my own calmness, quietude. How to make my mind anxiety free, and that training that he gives to the mind such that in any action he engages, he applies that. Such is the individual who is called Sattvika. Apala kankshibir yagna. Why is he doing that? Vididrishtaha. Vedena vihitaha. It is being prescribed by the Vedas. So therefore, he has the complete faith that the Vedas, the Shastras are meant for personal development. Therefore, Shraddha Purvakam Karoti. Out of faith in the words, as a Pramana Shraddha, that this Pramana, the Vedic Pramana is there. The scriptures are meant for my personal growth, maturity, and therefore, what is said there needs to be undertaken by me, whether anybody is telling me or not, or anybody is watching me or not, anybody is supervising me or not. It is like this. A mother gets up and then prepares the food for the children out of love, not that she's told to do so. Isn't it? I hope. And the mother feels for the child that I need to take care of him or her, and then I need to make sure that she gets a nice, healthy food, my whole family. So she's not forced to do that. She's not told to do that. She feels for that. In the same way, when you start feeling for your own inner growth, then nobody needs to tell you what to do. You can clearly see the Pramana Shastra says this is what is for your growth. Your own mental calmness and quietude. So, vididrishtaha yaha ijyate. Ijyate, he who performs. Those who perform this way. And what is that? Yashtavyam iti. Manas samadhaya. Manas samadhaya. Mind being very clearly placed. Some adhanam means to place. Samadhaya. Having placed the mind, this conviction, what? Yashtavyam. To be done. Here the point is, nobody else can do for you. Shankaracharya writes in Vivek Chudamani, if you are hungry, somebody will eat for you. I'm very hungry, why don't you eat? That doesn't work. So it is for personal growth, therefore you only have to do it. If I am sick, you cannot take medicine. So in our life, we should understand everything else can be done by others. My growth, my maturity, my wisdom is my responsibility. Somebody else cannot do it. Even the guru or the teacher, he studies. What am I doing? Whether I am able to understand and study, that is most important. I need not be told all the time what to do. I should start feeling that this is necessary for me. So, yashtavyam kartavyam, to be done, to be offered, to be sacrificed. Yashtavyam iti manas samadhaya, having convinced the mind that this is to be done for my own progress. Iti saha, such a person, sattvikaha. Such an act of sacrifice is, because sacrifice, why it is called sacrifice? Because you are definitely spending time on that. You are giving, or you are taking the time out for personal growth. So in the past, in the form of yagna, where the individual engages in offering the things to the fire in praise of the Lord, not that he is going to get an immediate result out of it, but for his own mental purity, calmness, focus, concentration, alertness, intelligence, brilliance. Apala kankshibir yagnaha vididrishto ya ijyate yashtavyam iti me manaha samadhaya sattvikaha. That is called sattvika. Why he is creating the distinction. Now you see the contrast. Bhagavan Krishna is very clear. If you understand, now you see the next one, how that person does. This, as I said, nithya naimittika. So even as you are going to an occasion where you are invited for a party or some other thing, there also it is because you are a social being, social animal, you are to participate in all of them. Again, there also, because I give you the gift, you have to give it to me. That kind of an expectation, then it is not correct. Then it is not, you are properly doing this. He didn't come for my wedding. Why should I go? Then you are not a sattvic person. Whether the other person recognizes or appreciates, because it's my duty to do so. It is my responsibility to do so. As a social animal, social person, I have to participate in that. Not because he did that, she did it, therefore I will do it, or he did not, she did, therefore I will do. This is what our human thinking is usually. So then such a person cannot be mentally quiet or pure. So yashtavyam iti me manaha samadayasya sattvikaha. And one would ask, so if I don't do, what happens? If I don't do the nithya karma, so one who does not do the nithya karma, akarane manaha, akarane, without doing, without engaging in that nithya karma, manaha kamye parvartate, then the mind will slide into kamya. Mind will glide into doing something which you wish to do, desire to do, like to do, than what you have to do. Is it not true with your own children also? Study, you will say, but video game. Why? That's what he likes to do. When the mind is not interested in what is to be done, it will glide into what it likes to do, what it wishes to do. It happens to us also. When our mind is not engaging in this kind of activity that can help us develop our mind or develop our inner purity, etc., calmness, etc., then the mind goes into slips into what it wishes, what it finds the immediate pleasure in. So akarane manaha kame pravartate. Kamya karmani pravartate. It will engage into kamya karma, or worse is nishiddha. Get into things which should not be done. That's why they say, what do you call? Lazy mind is the devil's workshop. Why? Why is it said that? Huh? What is it? Idle mind. Okay. Idle mind is devil's workshop. Why it is said? This is what it is. If your mind is not engaged, that is why it is given in our Hindu calendar, every day is a festival. Every day is a religious observation. Why? Otherwise, that fellow will be. I might have told you this. Once I was driving in India, when I was brahmachari at that time. So when I was going on another Swamiji, and then we were driving by, and then I found the entire playground filled with Sunday morning, filled with all the youngsters playing cricket. A lot of teams. Who bowls to whom, we don't know. Because this one team is playing like this, another team is playing like this. Because there's a limited space, they were all playing. And then I was looking at it, I was humored by that very fact. So why these fellows are, so early morning got up and then doing all these things? So that Swamiji smiled at me and said, if they don't do this, they will be destructive. They will become gangsters. Is it not that at that age, bhalastavat krida sakta hai? When they are young, they are ready to only gain. If you stop them, they'll be destructive. Because their energy has to be spent. How long you hold the energy back? It has to be spent properly. See, in our case, we spend energy by worrying. But the youngsters who do not have any major responsibility, how do they spend their energy? And if they are not given the channel to expend, they will go into destructive ways. So the mind has to be engaged, and that is why so many things are given to us. Do this, do this. Mondays you do this, Tuesdays you do this, Amavasya you do this, a full moon you do this, no moon you do this, Ekadashi you do this. Why Vrata and other things? So that you don't get into other things. So, akarane, if you don't do that, nithya karma akarane, manaha kamaya pravartate. That is the reason why it is prescribed so much. So, if one is not in that state of mind for the sake of inner purity, etc., then such a mind which is not also understanding the nature of nithya karma is for not any result but for personal growth in inner purity. What happens? So it is said in the next one, verse number 12. Abhisandayatu palam dambhartamapi chaivayat ijjade bharata sreshta tam yajnam vidhi rajasam abhisandhayatu palam dambhartamapi chaivayat ijjade bharata sreshta tam yajnam vidhi rajasam. Obviously, contrast to the previous one, therefore the word tu is given. Tu means not who. In tu means discarding. No, tu means on the other hand. In contrast, abhisandaya phalam, phalam abhisandaya, anxious about the result. The earlier one is aphalakangshibihi. Here, abhisandaya, seeking, demanding, anxious about phalam, result. Abhisandaya to phalam. And when a person is doing everything with the particular result in mind, I want this, I want that, I want that, then it is not nithya or naimithya, he has moved to kamya. Even when it is told that these are the things you are supposed to do, he discards that. He removes that from his daily agenda and does only what he or she likes to do. I mean, that is Swamiji, that is what I am. Most of us. Because we do not have any exposure to what we are supposed to do. As I said, we are only imitating what others do, and many of people around us are all those who are have no knowledge about what am I supposed to do. As we grow, we are not really looking for knowledge. That is the problem. We are only looking for immediate wealth and pleasure, etc. And obviously, even as we grow old, we don't become wise. People say, just because you become old doesn't mean that you are wise. You are otherwise. Knowledge alone makes a person really grown up and not mere physical growth. Abhisandayatu phalam, seeking results for that sake, and dambhartamapi, only to show off to the world. The rituals are done only as to show off. That's why you call everybody, I am doing this. Satyanarayana brother, puja, everybody come. And the priest he is doing something, he is in share market. Are, you're supposed to engage in that. That is priest who is doing it. Are, he is doing it for you only. Yeah. Bhagavan is happy and he will come and give it me what I want. Are, priest is doing it for you. And you are supposed to engage in that. Abhisandayat phalam, he wants the result, but not action. Action is done by somebody else. Nowadays you can do online prayer also. Send the money to Tirupati and they will do for you. What are you doing? I am watching soccer game. And then you say, I spent so much money in the puja. Dambartha. Damba means adambara. It is just a show off, exhibitionism, ostentation. Dambartamapi cha eva. Yat ijjate, that which he performs. Hey, Bharata Shrestha, he's saying, hey, best among the Bharata, understand this. Tam yajnam vidhi, that particular yajna, understand to be rajasam. The nature of rajas is show off, exhibition, ostentation, and also anxious about what do I get. That's why we keep on changing our temples also. Monday, Shiva temple. Tuesday, Ganesha. Wednesday, Krishna. Thursday, Guru. Friday, Devi, Lakshmi. Saturday, Hanuman. Sunday, Chutti. Why? Because I have finished all of them. Whatever I do, finish. Because we are demanding. Oh, what Ganesha gives, Shiva cannot give. Shiva, of course, has nothing to give. And that's why you will find not many people go to a Shiva temple. What is he got? The shul? I don't want that. A snake, definitely I don't want that. And he's sitting quietly. So we are constantly looking for, I want this, I want, demanding. Abhisandayata phalam, dambartam. And many times when we do it, it want everything, everybody should know that I'm doing it. Many people even build the temple only for themselves only. In India, I will not tell you the name of the temples. The set of temples are there in India, in the northern side, built by one particular family. It's a Krishna temple, but it is known by the family's name only. I don't want to tell you. It's a Krishna temple. No. Why are you putting the name of your family there in that? So even when you are doing the religious activity, you want to make sure that your name comes on the top. Then that is called Damba. Dambhartam. And such individual, therefore, would not engage in nithya or naimittika. If at all they go to an occasion, a party and this, and make sure that I am the one who is best, wearing the best dress. Because that's what I want to show off. I come here to show off what new necklace I have got, new coat that I have got, new phone I have got, new car in which I am coming. Only for the sake of people's appreciation and acceptance and adoration. So self-praise. So this is the nature of rajas. Because see, the rajas, by the raja means that which shines. Rajate. Rajate. The Raja, the king, is obviously a king wearing no dress or not dress, no dress which doesn't shine, or then he said, what? Who is the king here? You know, it is interesting. Years back, there was a Mahabharata, what do you call, video series that came. You all might have seen, you know, in India they put the Mahabharata series. And you might have seen the kings are wearing so much of, you know, all the jewelries, this, that. I don't know how they even carry on their daily thing. You know? It's so heavy, all this necklace, and everybody is wearing. Aryaputra. Everybody is filled with so much of. And then I also saw a Mahabharata series done by some French director, wearing almost nothing. Nobody wears any dress, any necklace. And I was so depressed to look at that. He's called Duryodhana and wearing nothing. This is Krishna. He is wearing only one small dress. So he said, they totally contrast. The most thin guy is called Bhima. I don't know how, you go and see, I think it is there, must be in the net definitely. French version of Mahabharata. You just go and see it. Thinnest guy is Bhima. I think maybe they made a mockery of the whole thing. I don't know, but I didn't see it further. So the very word Raja means that which shines. It exhibits. Virajate means shines. Alankar. So here, the very nature of Rajas is showing off. And anxiety for anything that I do, I must get a result right away. So Chitta Shuddhi is zero. The mind does not get any kind of purity. Why? Constantly anxious. Because abhisandayat phalam, dambartam abhijyate. Constantly looking for results and for the showing off only. Hey Bharata Shrestha, that yajnam, tam yajnam, rajasam iti vitti. Understand that to be rajasic. Swamiji, neither I belong to that. Sattvic, definitely not. Rajas, I am not sure. But the next one is definitely, I am sure. Tamasic. What is that? Vidhihinam asrishtanam mantrahinam adakshinam Shraddha virahitam yajnam tamasam parichakshate vidhihinam asrishtanam mantrahinam adakshinam Shraddha virahitam yajnam tamasam parichakshate. People also do the kind of yajnas and they don't follow any of the Vedic, what you call, instructions. Vidhihinam. Vidhi means, see, there are two words, Vidhi and Nisheta. Vidhi is what is to be, as I have said also before, what is to be done, Vidhi. And Nishiddha means what should not be done. Vidhi and Nishiddha. It is applicable in everything. If you are going by the road, the traffic rules are called Vidhi. And that rules include what you are not supposed to do also. So Vidhi always has an embedded Nishiddha included there. The opposite of that is Nishiddha. So Vidhihinam means not following any instructions of the Vedas. And therefore, obviously, they go to the opposite, Nishiddha. What is not to be done. Asrishta annam. In any of these Vedic rituals, the most important aspect of it is how much you share with the community also. Annadanam becomes an important part of any of these rituals. So, asrishta annam, not giving any food to anyone. Mantrahinam, without chanting any mantra. As I said, the priest may be doing, but this fellow has not only does not chant any mantras, but he is in fact making mockery of it. This is what happened when Vishwamitra had found that all these unwanted elements are coming and stopping what is being done, insulting it, destroying it, Ravana's retinue. Then he invited Rama, now please come and take care of this because this is going in the wrong direction. Mantrahinam, adakshinam, not honoring the priests, not honoring them. It is not the priestly fee. It's not, dakshina is not a fee. The very word daksh means excellence. Daksha Prajapati, you might have heard. Daksha means excellent. Dexterity, to be precise. That's the word English. Daksh, dexterity, brilliance, ability, skill. So Dakshina is an appreciation for the skill of that priest who had done the right thing with the right attitude. So that is, you are giving as a gratitude, not as a fee. So Dakshinam, Adakshinam, not giving that. So a person engages in yagna, all right, not at all as prescribed by the scriptures, vidhihinam, asrishtanam, not sharing the food, mantrahinam, not chanting any mantra, adakshinam, not giving any proper regard and respect and gratitude to the priest, shraddha vihinam, shraddha virahitam, with no faith. Meaning what? He does things according to his own whims. And that's what happens to most of the Indian marriages. The priest is getting married too many times. The bride and bridegroom has no, participation. They are doing something. And they dictate to the priest also. Our marriage should be complete in half an hour, okay? The priest says, if I properly go, it takes 4 hours. 4 hours, who got the time? Once in a lifetime you are doing to do it. 4 hours you cannot spend? No. Then it will remain your marriage only 4 days. Not even that much, probably 4 hours. Why? Because you are not getting into the mood of getting married there. It's not just the number of hours that you spend, but the engagement in that very activity makes you get mature and feel the commitment that you want to give for whole life. The whole occasion is to prepare you. Everybody is laughing except you. Everybody is happy except you. Because they know what is going to happen. So your commitment is to be, it starts to dawn in you. I am really getting into the next stage of my life. If that is not there, 10 minutes, quick, you don't even know that you got married. So, vidhihinam, asrishtanam, mantrahinam, adakshinam, shraddha virahitam. No faith at all. Yajnam, that which is performed, tamasam parichakshate. It is declared as tamasic. Tamasic means what? You do it because you feel like doing it. Not that you are following any of the customs, any of the rituals, any of the instructions, as per your mind's wish. Most of the time it is the opposite of what is to be done. Nishiddha karyameva. So these are the broad 3 categories of engagement in this world as human beings, wherein the individual is one who undertakes all his actions, at least the daily duties of life, with no anxiety for the result, definitely grows to become calm and beautiful and intelligent and wise individual, where he is ready to engage in action just to develop oneself better than before. Whereas the person who is rajasic has anxiety about the results and does things only to show off what he or she can do. And such, because of the anxiety of the result, then the mind is always agitated, disturbed. Rajas, tamas is according to one's own whims, not having any faith in whatever he is doing, no chanting of the mantras, no offering of the food, not even prescribed by the Vedas, not even honoring the priest, no having faith. So that is called tamasic. So Bhagavan Krishna clearly clarifies this is what is to be understood. It's not only the rituals, but anything that you do in life must have this understanding. And then Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkhabhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari